2, 1.
7 things you probably didn't know you need to know. I'm Jamie East, and this is the Smart 7.
Well, good morning, everybody. It's Thursday, the 11th of November, and it's Remembrance Day. And a big happy birthday to Leonardo DiCaprio, Stanley Tucci, Callista Flockhart, and Demi Moore. Things are getting down to the wire at the COP26 climate summit in Glasgow, and on Wednesday evening, Boris arrived back into town by train this time with a firm focus on getting deals done in order to keep the Paris climate goal of a 1.5 degree cap on global warming alive.
It's very frustrating to see countries that have spent 6 years conspicuously patting themselves on the back, quietly edging towards default. You cannot now sit on your hands as the world asks you to act, because the world knows what a mess our planet is in.
And there was good news later on Wednesday evening as the US and China issued a rare joint declaration to boost climate cooperation, a major change from earlier in the week when China refused to sign up to the 100-nation methane agreement. Boris says there's still a lot more to do as the clock ticks down.
The negotiations are getting tough, and with just a few days left, there is still a huge amount to do. The line is in sight. We need to be more ambitious, and we need more credible plans for implementation.
The Tory sleaze row has not gone away, and Labour stepped up their attacks on MPs with second and third jobs on Wednesday, calling for a standards investigation into former Attorney General Sir Geoffrey Cox, who appeared to have used his Commons office for work in his private practice. He denies any wrongdoing. Labour's Deputy Leader Angela Rayner was busy pointing a finger directly at the man in charge, Boris Johnson.
We're here to represent our constituents, not represent ourselves, and it stinks of sleaze and corruption. And Boris Johnson can't get his house in order. And you know what they say? Fish rots from their head up. They really are not representing the British people. They're representing themselves and making a huge amount of money on the back of it.
And then, awkwardly, on the global stage at COP26, Boris decided it was the perfect moment to address the corruption row.
I genuinely believe that the UK is not remotely a corrupt country, nor do I believe that our institutions are corrupt.
Not content with raising the spectre of corruption on a global stage, he went on to dig into the details of MPs and their second jobs.
If that system is going to continue today, then it is crucial that MPs follow the rules. And the rules say you must put your job as an MP first, and you must devote yourself primarily and above all to your constituents.
Definitely not embarrassing at all. Thanks, mate. The shy and retiring couple that is Meghan and Harry are back in the media spotlight, talking about social media. Harry was part of a panel discussion at Wired magazine's Rewired conference, and he revealed a surprising relationship with Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey.
Jack and I were emailing each other prior to January the 6th, where I warned him that his platform was allowing a coup to be staged. That email was sent the day before, and then it happened, and I haven't heard from him since.
Meanwhile, Meghan was busy giving out design tips to Mark Zuckerberg for Instagram.
Look at Instagram, for example. There's a like button or there's comments. So you have to, if you disagree with it, comment, as opposed to if there was just a dislike button. Wouldn't that hugely shift what you were putting out there? Because you could just like it or dislike it. Now, you either like it or you have to say something negative.
Nazanin Zaghari Ratcliffe has now been detained in Iran for over 5 years. She's currently in prison accused of propaganda activities against the Iranian government. Despite numerous pleas and appeals, the British government's made no progress in getting her released, and in fact, when Boris Johnson was Foreign Secretary, his gaffe put her in greater danger. Her husband Richard is now starting his 19th day of hunger strike outside the Foreign Office in a bid to get Boris to put new pressure on the Iranian delegation at COP26 to win freedom for his wife.
I think we've got a danger point beyond which we don't want to go. We're now into the uncertainty point where, it's definitely damaging, but it's hopefully not permanently damaging.
You want to see the Iranians, don't you, when they come Thursday?
I want to be here on Thursday, just let them know I'm not backing down.
Still to come on the Smart 7, Britain's richest club just got a new manager, plus we find out what Gal Gadot's on-set nickname is, right after this.
You're listening to the Smart 7. If you're enjoying it, you might also like the Smart 7 Ireland edition. Just search and follow us on your favourite podcast platform. There was disappointment for England's T20 cricketers on Wednesday as they were beaten to a place in the final by New Zealand by 5 wickets in Abu Dhabi. Meanwhile, with the Premier League on international break, Newcastle United had a chance to unveil their new manager officially. Eddie Howe, most recently of Bournemouth, is now manager of potentially the Premier League's richest club and is pretty enthusiastic about the challenges that lie ahead.
Well, it feels fantastic to be head coach of Newcastle. I'm absolutely honoured, privileged, judging by the reaction I've had and how the 2 days of training has gone. It's been a really positive start.
Gal Gadot's a busy woman these days, isn't she? She's currently starring in Red Notice with The Rock and Ryan Reynolds. She's about to play the evil queen in the new live-action Snow White, and she'll be popping back on those 80s armbands for Wonder Woman 3 shortly. She dropped in to see James Corden. She says that working with Ryan Reynolds was entertaining, particularly once he found out her nickname.
Chris Pine used to call me Giggles Gadot, just because I laugh all the time. So I'm super easy to break. And when I try to hold it in, my eyes start to twitch. So if Ryan would see the eyes start to twitch, he would punch me with jokes until I broke. It was a very expensive movie for many reasons.
The House of Gucci hit cinemas on November the 26th, and the glamorous cast were all over the red carpet for the London premiere. The film tells the true story of Patrizia Reggiani, who was convicted in 1998 for hiring someone to kill her husband, Maurizio Gucci. It's got an all-star cast including Jared Leto and Adam Driver, but the star of the red carpet was Lady Gaga, who plays the lead and stayed in character for 18 months while making the movie. She says it may take her a while to get over Patrizia.
To say that it would be easy to play a murderer would be a lie. I don't believe she had the murder gene, but I do believe that she was triggered and pushed so far over the edge that she committed this murder. I don't know that I've ever let her go. I feel her inside of me all the time, and I think it will take years. It took me years to shed Allie from A Star Is Born, and I think the same will be true here.
This has been The Smart 7. Wherever you're listening, do us a favour and hit the follow button. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Have a great day.
Written, produced and published by Daft Doris.